This is definitely different than anime. Did they seriously just killed up Pegasus? Welcome to today's new video. I am going to talk about the final 6 volumes of the Doris Kingdom arc. Yeah, it wraps up in volume 15 with the battle with Pegasus. But let's continue. Let's start off how it started. Well, not how did the last video what I did on volume 13 have volume 9 have left off. So volume 9 left off with Joey versus Rex Raptor. I mean, I'm using the English names since I'm used to the English names much more better. It's much more easier than trying to remember the Japanese name. I mean, throughout all this reading, even though it got Joey's Japanese name in these mangas, I read it in my head as Joey. But under Tristan and Taya, I just done it at Honda and Anzu. But yeah, so the battle commences with Joey versus Rex Raptor. Joey's first fight, he did not want any help from Yugi. But that's a coincidence as he flipped to the page of Rex Raptor defeat. Yeah, so because of that fight with Rex Raptor to for himself, he betted most rarest and powerful card, the Red Eyes Black Dragon. And so Joey won the Black Dragon and won the Star Chips as well to make him go even further. I mean, that old fight were sort of organized by Mai to get back at Joey for sort of defeating him. And Rex wanted to duel Joey. Rex wanted to duel Mai. But she only allows Mai to duel if Mai only allows Rex to duel if Rex can defeat Joey. I mean, these definitely reminiscent of the anime, but there are some. I mean, since I grew up watching anime, I noticed the differences like straight away, and I can keep on saying, I hate that you changed the old duel arena into just boxes and a table. That kind of boring. I mean, for manga, I would imagine they will have the area, and for the anime to be created, I would have thought they will have the boxes. But Pikachu. Yeah, so Mai battled against that weird looking guy who is sort of a bounty hunter sort of thing to defeat Doris. I forgot what he called. But yeah, Yugi battled him for my sake, and Mai lost against him. So Mai, after that, soon became really good friends with Yugi and the gang. We find out what happened to Kaiba, I believe, in this volume as well. Yeah, Kaiba woke up from a coma and is on his way to Dora's kingdom after he found out that they But Pegasus, I mean, the manga series are much more violent than the anime. They literally try to kill Kaiba with guns and that, and drown him into the sea. But that backfired. Kaiba is cunning. So Kaiba stole their chopper, and he is on his way to Doi's kingdom. And that's where Yugi and the gang found him. Joey still have not forgiven him for what happened on Death Tea. So Joey challenged him because of that reason to a duel, which is different in the anime. But Kaiba got this sort of dual disc on his arm as shown in the anime, and to test it out, he used Joey as a sort of guinea pig. Of course, Joey versus Kaiba, that were inevitable. Joey obviously lost. Because Joey, even though he beated Rex Raptor, he still wasn't that very good of doers then. He became really good of doers when he battled Bones. That was English name is anyway. Battled Bones on its own because Yugi and the gang did not know. Um, Kai, Kaiba also retained Yugi about in America when Pegasus invited a young kid to play against Bandit Keith as his replacement, and that went pear-shaped because the kid actually won directions what Pegasus wrote on a piece of paper. I mean, Pegasus knew move for move for what Bandit Keith were about to do, and that sort of wound Bandit Keith up. And so that build up to the next scene with the next volume. Bandit Keith shows up on Dory's Kingdom with Bones and two other guys. And they just wanted to cause trouble. But Bandit Keith will be using them to gather 10 stars to get revenge on Pegasus. But of course they wanted to pick out the weakest one. And the people that were nearby at the time were Joey, Yugi and his friends. And Joey seemed the weakest, so Bones picked him to duel against. And Joey betted everything. If he lost that match, he out of the tournament. So yeah, it's been a heated battle. Actually, it's been quite a good duel. And I visited a few chapters. So after Joey won the battle against Bones, Bandit Keith his sort of three minions blocked off the hole in the cave where they were doing it. So now they are trapped within the cave. And that where I not what they I don't think if what they called in the manga, but the Paradox Brothers, the two twins shows up and having Yugi in their Yugi's first tag team against with Joey against the Paradox Brothers, and they will tell them how to get out of the cave if they win the match and decide which door. But the Paradox Brothers, hint is, they only play by riddles. I think that might be where. No, I think there might be more to it. Yeah. So the Paradox Brothers got. I mean, that would definitely interesting as well, since in no dual arena that people just batting around the table. So that would definitely a weird experience to witness in the manga. I mean, just different. Yeah, and Kaiba shows up, but Kaiba went to the mansion to try and find Mokuba to confront Pegasus, but Pegasus is refusing to see him until we have 10 star chips. So he waited outside of the castle for when Yugi and his friends shows up. So then Kaiba changed Yugi to a door using his door disc. And Yugi had the match won. Yugi basically won the match, but Kaiba cheated by standing. I mean, that bit was true in the anime. Standing over the edge of the castle, and if Yugi struck him to make the finishing blow, that force of the power will inflict a sort of push Kaiba over the side for it to, for his death. That spirit within the Millennium Puzzle were going all out. He wasn't going to stop, just like Dynamite. But young Yugi managed to get control over it and stopped him. And that where, if I believe correctly, yes, this is where this omnibus finishes, where Yugi has withdrawn his attack, and so Kaiba finished him off. But Yugi basically won that door, just Kaiba cheated. Next we got the next omnibus. Unlike the anime where Yugi sulked, he really sulked for one episode, and Taya have to fight Mai in the anime to come to his senses. But that never happened in this manga. What happened was Mai did show up with the star chips that she owes Yugi for getting back her star chips. And instead of a door breaking out to make Yugi come to his senses, I think what happened were Joey, I think, talked to Yugi about the consequences of not accepting the star chips, and it just became an old talking fest. And then Yugi came to his senses and accepted my star chips. So there were no duel involved. So the first battle of this omnibus is Kaiba versus Pegasus. Kaiba wanted to duel Pegasus his way with a dual disc, but Pegasus did a dirty trick on Kaiba. So if he wants to duel Kaiba, I mean, if Pegasus want, if Kaiba want to duel Pegasus, then Pegasus did the same thing what he did pretty much to Bandit Keith. He called for an other player to come into the match, and that other player is in fact the soulless Mokuba. And that's the thing, Kaiba obviously did not want to duel Mokuba, so he accepted Pegasus' offer and did it his way. So then they're batting around the table, and then the duel then got introduced to two monsters, what Pegasus only created for himself. So yeah, this whole volume is based within the castle until finished to end. So this is pretty much the big fight this one is. Yeah, so I mean, you should know as I go through volumes, there's gonna be loads of spoilers anyway, because I can't really tell a story about what's going on yes, you don't know what's going on, like, spoilers and that. But since I'm on 13, it kind of been expected. So yeah, so Kaiba lost the match to Pegasus because Pegasus Millennium Eye can read your mind, and so he knows exactly what strategies you cooking up. So it's like to add the Kaiba loss, Yuki failed to save the Kaiba brothers and also Grandpa. So it um dining time the day before, Mai were already waiting at the table to ready to eat. So she was waiting for the guests to arrive. Bandicoot did not show up though. I mean, he was in the castle, but they needed sort of cards to make themselves troubadours. What came with the glove? Yugi gave Joey one of his cards, the one with the money on it. And Yugi's in the dining hall seen a painting of a woman and of Shadi. So and the mystery of Shadi also get revealed in this volume as well. Well, I was saying mystery of him, but it's still pretty much solved. It just tell you a bit more about Shadi. So the three doors were attended the dining room. Got fake Millennium eyes within the suit will contain three numbers, no, not numbers, three letters that chose their placements within the matches. So the first match is Yugi versus Mai, then the second match will be Bandicoot versus Joey. And here where it also different from the anime, as yes, it's true that Bandicoot snuck into Joey's room and stole the card, but the other thing what happened is Joey, I mean Yugi caught Bandicoot leaving Joe's room, but nobody figured what he were after. And because Yugi found Bandicoot, Bandicoot sort of beat him up. Then Joey came to Yugi's rescue. So yeah, this manga is definitely more violent. And we also, and of course, Grandpa Moto also was still with Yugi at Doi Kingston within the video camcorder. So then the match begins with Yugi versus Mai. Yugi was so close for losing the match because he were convinced that nobody is worthy to battle Pegasus but him, and he had that in his mind, and it almost cost him the game until Mai pretty much knew she weren't going to win, so she made Yugi come to his senses and control his sort of self being sort of ideal. So Mai and Yugi fought their best to the very end after all that. So then after that, I mean, my battle using a Harpy Ladies, and that is sort of pretty much invincible in a way, because he also got like a crystal mirror, I think. But then after Yugi obviously win the match, Bandicoot and Joey were next. But Bandicoot was so smug. I mean, Joey's in the manga, Joey still have not realized that he stole his card. He just think his card went missing. So when Joey had 5 minutes to find his card, was unaware that Bandicoot actually stole his card, Mai actually came to the rescue and gave him a card. And then she is on her way out of the kingdom. So then the battle commences with Joey and Bandicoot. That were a pretty good battle as well. And Joey actually did really well in that fight. He won, of course. Yeah, that pretty much the whole volume, yeah. So yeah, Joey won that fight. But what shocked me is I thought the final volume, volume 15 is it? Yeah, volume 15 will be two battles like volume 14 with Mai and Bandit Keith. But no. Um unlike the anime, the fight which I wanted to see, the fight against Yugi versus Joey never happened. Yugi pretty much said to Joey, "There's no reason for you to fight. Just leave everything to me. We after the same thing, so it's pointless to fight if we all want to get back at Pegasus." So that was sort of not not very good. I wish we could have had Yugi and Joey's fight, finish up the tournament a bit. So the whole 15th volume is Yugi versus Pegasus. And Pegasus agreed to that. He thinks there weren't any reason for them to fight either, as their heart is sort of one. And Pegasus killed Bandit Keith as well. I know. Got loads of deaths in the manga of Yu-Gi-Oh! And because Pegasus know for a fact that Bandit Keith had been cheating at a game against Joey. So the battle with Yugi versus Pegasus was definitely a tough one. It should have dragged on a bit as in the manga, because since Yu-Gi-Oh mangas are the only thing what's up with that, it takes you longer to read them because it's mostly all dialogue. So it's mostly all written in every single pretty much paragraph sort of thing, loads of writing. So it pretty much dragged on, that volume did, with the whole fight going back and forth. Then Yugi found out a way to defeat Pegasus, so that's what he did. So Yugi defeated Pegasus, of course. I mean, we all knew that was going to be happening, especially if you've seen the anime. I mean, young Yugi almost died, but everything came out on top anyway. So, the last two chapters of this volume, we got Pegasus telling Yugi and his friends a sort of story, how he it's sort of a life story from when he was a kid, how he created door monsters. When he was a kid, he fell in love with this love of his, but at the age 17, she died of an illness. He was in despair. He went to Egypt, and then he witnessed a thief trying to steal the Millennium necklace, what later in years Bakura attained. But then Shadi showed up and tested the thief to see if he unworthy. To see if he worthy of wielding the Millennium necklace. But soon that thief put it on. He combusted or in flames and died. I think it flames or yeah, I think it were. And so that was definitely a bit gruesome. And then Shadi realised that Pegasus has been spying on him. So he tested Pegasus to see if it's compatible with the Millennium Eye. So that's what Pegasus done. I mean, that was Shadi done to Pegasus. And we've seen the blood of the transplant as well. Pikachu! So it was definitely more actually that backstory of Pegasus is actually much better than the anime were. But I think, I mean, the different when evil Bakura showed up, when Yugi meeting trying to find Kaiba outside the castle because the Moko brothers got their souls back thanks to Pegasus keeping his word. Which, after Pegasus lost the fight, he actually became a really likable character. Through the whole series so far, Pegasus has been nothing but a bad guy. But when he lost the fight, he became innocent. He became pretty much enjoyable. I actually liked Pegasus when he lost the fight. But I mean, I might be jumping the gun here because I only read up to 15 so far. I mean, it's different from the anime. I can definitely tell you that in some bits. So I'm not sure if they're going to stay within the length of the anime or not. But in the manga, as far as I could tell, I think they killed off Pegasus. Because Stoic Eye and Pegasus ain't moving. I mean, we didn't see Pegasus laying there in the anime and unconscious in the anime. We just seen Pokora confronting him. And then next thing we know, Pegasus being carried away by goons to the hospital. But no, Pegasus just sat there like lifeless. So we don't know if he actually died or not. But as this ended, it seems like he actually did die. And Kaiba, because he got soul and met reunited with Mokuba, it wasn't that entirely grateful to Yugi. Mokuba was in fact grateful, and he gave him all a live of Dora's kingdom because all the boats have left. And that verified Mai trying to run after the copter, but Joey came to her rescue. Even in the manga, them two sort of became best friends. But so yeah, that pretty much how this ended with they were going away from Dora's Kingdom. So if this finishes the Dora's Kingdom arc, it was definitely a fun read, definitely different than I know of the anime. So, and this video actually went on longer than I thought it would do. I think because I know more about the anime than the manga, I should have more familiar with the story, pretty much. So, even though I haven't seen it for years, but the manga is definitely a good I should have your reimagine of it. So yeah, so that will be my final. So that'll be it for this video. And so stay tuned for the next arc, which will be Battle City. I would imagine. I believe it'd be Battle City. I mean, I think they got Dungeon Dice Monsters. I don't know, because we had Dungeon Dice Monsters, Mokuba introduced, but different than anime. So I don't know. I don't know what in store with the manga. Because the manga definitely took elements from the anime, but in different orders and much more violent and much more out of place. So we'll soon find out. So stay tuned for my next review of the Yu-Gi-Oh manga series. Thanks for watching and see you later. Bye.